Well, one 3-hour drive to the nearest airport, a 1 hour and 20-minute flight, a $97 50-mile Uber, and then a 7.5-hour drive back. I have a new project. Spoiler alert, this is one I already had, but it's cool. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back. Larry back, and I've got more stuff. And I think I've mentioned this before. I probably need to have an intervention for too many cars, but I actually can't be penalized for this one. This is one that I already had, and it's one that has a lot of sentimental attachment. It's very special. It's very unusual too. Whether or not it's valuable or not, I'll leave that up to someone else to discuss, because frankly, I'm not sure it carries a lot of monetary value, but that's not the point. It's valuable to me, and it's valuable to my daughter. Let me show you what we've got here and what the plans are. Say hello to a 1999 F-150. This is a very special truck for me because it carries a lot of sentimental value. First and foremost, this was the last vehicle that my father ever bought. My father passed away in October of 2011. This vehicle right here, he bought it special ordered. It's really kind of unusual, quite rare, and frankly, this is a vehicle, out of all the cars that I've gotten, all the cars that I've had, this is the one that people keep leaving notes on wanting to buy it. And as a matter of fact, when I made mention to some friends of mine down in Dallas that I was coming to pick it up, one of them asked me if I was wanting to sell it. The answer, of course, is no. As I stated, this truck is the last vehicle my father bought. The reason this is an unusual truck, let's first cover that. First of all, it's a Lariat edition, meaning it was the deluxe model back then. It's got leather interior, all the bells and whistles, including a mirror that I just now realized was not all the way extended on my drive back. First of all, please excuse the dirt and dust, because this truck has been in a garage auto repair shop that belongs to a very good friend of mine down in just north of Dallas-Fort Worth for over a year, trying to get a oil leak fixed. We finally got it sorted out. Now, this gentleman was doing me a huge favor, so he worked on it as he could, and of course, with pre and post pandemic stuff, we've been having trouble getting parts. It was a difficult oil leak to find what the source was. We fixed about 2 or 3 different things before we finally got it settled up and fixed for good. And finally, he got the time to work on it, got it fixed. The oil leak is no longer there, and it is fixed. What makes this truck unusual? It is a 99, as I noted, regular cab, short bed Lariat with the 5.4 Triton V8. Now, this, of course, the 2-valve version, this does not carry the baggage that the 3 valves have with broken spark plugs and things like that. These, of course, do have their own issues, such as some of them have been known to blow the spark plugs out of the socket because they're only held in by 4 threads. But if you torque them correctly and do some other things, these engines will last a very, very long time. Now, this truck is not without its problems. I had to nurse it back very gingerly today because it has the one really bad sticking point of the 5.42 valve Tritons, and that is failing coil packs on these. Of course, these are coil on plug, and this one, I got about 20 miles outside of Dallas and started throwing a P0304 error, which is a misfire on cylinder number 4. I've dealt with this many times, and of course, this being a truck that I haven't spent a lot of money on and don't want to spend a lot of money on right away, I simply just replace the one at a time, when frankly, when one of them goes out, you really ought to do the whole thing. So what I'm going to do with this one, this is going to become a project. I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to do a full restoration on this or if I'm going to do a survivor restoration, meaning clean it up, get the interior nice and fixed up, fixed all the broken stuff, get it mechanically sound where it'll run and drive perfectly, which won't take much. New tires, clean up and maybe refinish the wheels, or at least at the very least polish them and get them nice and clean, and leave the paint. Now it does have some minor hail damage on the hood and on the top. I can probably, if I can source someone that can do paintless dent repair, get that taken care of fairly inexpensively if I go the not going to paint it route. But if I decide to repaint this truck, that is something I will fix myself. Let's take a look at this now. It does have the style aluminum wheels. Being a Lariat, it's got the signal with the signal lights in the mirror. Open this up here. As I noted, leather interior. It definitely needs some love, but it's leather seats, and boy, these are comfortable. These are much more comfortable even than my 2020 F150 because they're the big cushiony couch type. Got some issues here, of course. The dash is cracked in a couple of different places, so I'm going to try to source a new to me replacement dash here in lieu of fixing that one. These also, of course, have a well-known issue with the blend door, where the actual blend door actuator or the blend door itself breaks, and when you give it gas, the vacuum kicks in and it automatically switches over to defrost mode and doesn't work. That actually also was fixed by my friend down in Dallas-Fort Worth, so that is not an issue. The only thing we've got to fix mechanically is I'm going to do a full tune-up on it with new coil packs and new plugs, new tires, and then clean everything up and see where we want to go. I'm going to try to scrub the carpeting in it to see if the carpets will clean up. If they don't, I will simply order new carpet and put that in there. I'm going to try to clean everything up and refinish everything for the door panels. Clean the steering wheel up. The steering wheel has seen better days. Obviously, this is a 25-year-old truck, but I don't know if I'm going to recover that or if I'm going to simply clean it up. Now, let's get under the hood here. See if I can do this one-handed. Other than it being a short bed style side or fleet side, if you're using the Chevrolet vernacular, the thing that makes this one unique is it is a short bed regular cab, and there is the 5.4 Triton. The issue that we had with the oil leak, there was a couple of different issues. We put a new mainsail in it that fixed most of it, but it still had some problems, still was getting wet. It turned out to be a head gasket, so the head gaskets are fixed on this. So now it's simply a matter of replacing those coil packs and the plugs on it, getting it tuned up, maybe clean the injectors in it, and then give this thing a really good scrubbing where it can be nice and done. I'm going to eliminate the front license plate piece there because I'm no longer in Texas and don't have to have a front license plate. Quite happy about that. Everything works in it. I just have to get everything done. Of course, as is the nature of things, I just got through looking under the hood. We've got something else leaking on this. Again, 25-year-old truck. It's not an oil leak. I'm not sure what it is because it's not coming in from anywhere near the engine. It is a oil-based something. Could be transmission fluid, could be brake fluid, I don't know. Again, just got the thing home, but we'll go through it. The good news is this is a vehicle that is not a daily driver, so I can take the time, source what the issue is, and go from there. Be sure and hit like and subscribe if you think you'd like to follow the build of this one or of the other stuff that I've got going on. In the meantime, have a wonderful day.